Howdy, everybody. Just wanted to come on here and say hello and see how you're all doing. And like I said, please subscribe. It don't cost nothing. I mean, I get sometimes a few views. Sometimes I get 100 views. Sometimes more than 100. Sometimes I get 1,500. These people, come on, just like my like my videos and subscribe. It don't cost you nothing. It's free. It helps me. It helps you to see more of me. Who doesn't want to see more of me? I'm just kidding. But yeah. So that's what's going on today. Just sitting out here with the dog. Our friend went to Kingman with our other friend, and you know things happen. And I watch. Oops, sorry, Rowdy. And I watch Rowdy because she's a good girl. She's a really good dog. She ain't like Buddy jumping all over everybody and everything. And that's another thing. When you have pets, you do not well, when you invite them over to your house, you don't tell your visitor, "I'm sorry, but you got to keep the dogs outside because the puppy's jumping all over people." He's excited. He's a puppy, for crying out loud. And I think it's rude that people do that kind of stuff. And I mean, Buddy's only like 6 months old, 7 months, 6 months old, 6.5 months old, and he's got a lot of learning to do. We still need to get him, snipped. That boy's got some big old balls for a little puppy. Well, he's not a little puppy anymore. He's bigger than Rowdy now. Jeez, we've had him since December for 5 months, and he's when we got him, he was this big. Now he's double that. No, he's quadrupled that. He's a big boy, and it's hard for him. He's just learning stuff. He's learning people, who to like, who not to like, and I don't know. Anyway, so I got two cats in the house. One's meowing for me right now. She's like, "Daddy, I miss you. Daddy, where are you? Daddy, Daddy, where are you?" I'm out here right at my door talking. She could hear me, Sadie Lynn. She can hear me, but she wants to holler for her daddy because she misses her daddy. It's time for nap time. Okay, now I really wasn't going to talk about this because he scares me. Even in prison, he scares me. I'm talking about P.Diddy. Now I'm not really sure what to believe on the internet because it's the internet, and I don't know. But there's a lot of people coming out saying all kinds of weird stuff about him and his habits and his sidekicks, things like that. Hold on for a second. Okay. So hopefully we can get continue with this. So Cassie, she's the big one because she was with him, I think, like 10 years or something like that, and he made her take drugs, or he drugged her. He made her have sex with all kinds of different guys, women too, I'm sure. And then, that one video of the hotel and him kicking her and pulling her by her hair to the. I can't, you guys. I'm sorry. I just can't with him. He's vile and disgusting, and I just can't. I think I think that think she was afraid to leave because, what he would do to her. But then again, look what he did to her when they were together. So, I mean, what's the worst? Stay with him and take a beating and take all this other stuff that, he was doing to her, or leave, or try to leave. So, right now, she's pregnant, about ready to have her baby. I feel bad for her. I actually feel bad for everybody that was involved with P. Diddy. Um, I don't think Justin Bieber really wants to get involved with this because he says nothing happened, but come on. He was all up in there getting drunk at 15, or 16, 17 years old, and I guess when he turned 21, Diddy's like, "Oh yeah, here he's taking his first shot at tequila." Yeah, right. Okay, I'm sure he took many shots of tequila before, but and other stuff, Yeah, I mean, Usher, Usher's another one. Actually, if Usher hadn't, well, see, the thing is, the video I saw, or we all saw, is that he was going to have 48 hours with Diddy, and they were going to go buck full wild. But what I heard in different videos is that Justin was there to do the shoot with P. Diddy, but then he went on and did something else that night. He, was a kid and he did other stuff. But I don't know. When they were Diddy and Justin were on, I don't remember who it was. It was a late night show, and the host asked a question, and Diddy's like, "Well, Justin knows not to, bring up what goes on in Diddy's house or whatever." So I don't know. But Justin did go buck full wild, like he owned the planet. Didn't take any responsibility. He just did whatever he wanted. I guess he thought, hey, I'm protected. I can do whatever I want. No, no, you can't do that kind of stuff. Especially an entertainer who's out in the world entertaining people. But yeah. And then 50 Cent. Oh my God, 50 Cent has a whole lot. Oh, what about Allie Carter? Oh my God, she's. They say she's missing. Okay. And if you know anything about what's been going on, Ellie Carter and what's her name? Jaguar? I think that's her name. They went at it, for a little bit and against each other. Some are saying that Jaguar is a kitty, someone that brings the girls in or something like that. I don't know. I really haven't been paying much attention to this. I catch little bits here and there, and that's about it. I really don't want to get into this because it's all sick to me. I mean, he's had children at his parties, the after parties, the freak offs, whatever you want to call them. And yeah, I can't. I mean, I was abused as a child, and from being in diapers all the way to 12 years old, I remember every time, every single time, everything that was done to me. I remember like it happened yesterday. And I mean, I'm over it, but I just don't want to see that kind of stuff, Being raped at 6 and being raped at 7 different people, I'm telling you here. Uh, I remember. I remember being sexually abused in I was wearing diapers. I was a baby, for crying out loud. Yeah, I don't want to bring any more of that up. So, I try not to watch stuff like child abuse and stuff. I can't handle it. I don't want to handle it. I don't have to handle it. just let that go, you know. And I hope Ellie Carter's all right. I really do because she has a lot of info on Diddy, and it's not good. I'm telling you. Not only was she one of his, I don't know what you call it, sex workers, I guess, and yeah, it just makes me sick. I just don't want to think about that anymore. And watching Diddy videos. I mean, I really wasn't gonna watch anything because I didn't want to get involved with that kind of stuff. But and then we have Miss Jip herself. Okay, this is going on 11 minutes. Okay, so Gypsy, there's new video out where Gypsy goes to Ryan's apartment and with Krusty, and Gypsy wants her pictures, and she's talking like she knows she's talking like that, you know, whatever. That girl's so fake and phony. It's just disgusting. I've been watching a lot of stuff about Gypsy, and I really have not been wanting to do a video about her because she just makes me sick. Everything that she says and does is a lie, manipulation. Come on, I we all know this. We all know that she's a liar. We all know that she can't keep one day from the next straight. She can't. And why does she have notes all over hanging on her walls of what to do every day? They say that has something to do with her disability. Well, she shouldn't have been able to have children in the first place. Now there's rumors that she's pregnant again. These poor kids. I mean, Ken need, Ken or Ryan, somebody needs to take that child, Aurora, and raise them on their own, because Gypsy doesn't know what the hell she's doing. And when you watch her, she's like awkwardly holding a baby, like she's gonna drop it or something. But now she's starting a new YouTube channel, Gypsy and Ken and the Magical Family Life or something like that. I don't know. And it's like, I thought you said you were not going to put your child on the internet, but we've seen pictures of Aurora. I mean, she was kind of half asleep, or her eyes were closed when they took that one picture. I guess they were at Disney. They were somewhere for Easter, and they took a picture. And Gypsy, I guess, put the hearts over her face so you couldn't see a baby's face. But then someone took the hearts off and showed the baby's face, and it's like, okay, well, she looks like a baby. She had her eyes closed. Does she look like Ryan? I don't know. Does she look like Ken? I have no idea. This girl, she just does not interest me in any way, shape, or form anymore. She's just one of those. I live out here in the middle of the desert, okay, and I like it. I enjoy it. It's quiet. It's peaceful. And I really don't think that you know watching videos of Gypsy lying about I don't want to be known as a murderer. I'm not a murderer. I didn't do it. Nick did. Bullshit. Bullshit. Nick came in, stabbed her 4 or 5 times, and that was it. Gypsy did the rest. And everybody's trying to say that Dan had something to do with it too. There was a hat found at the house on the floor. Could have been Dan's. I don't know because we don't know the truth, and I don't think we'll ever know the truth with Gypsy. She'll never tell the truth, and yeah. But I believe she did it. She's the one because of the stab wounds, especially on her neck. I mean, she was almost decapitated. DeeDee was, and boy, my heart just goes out to DeeDee. DeeDee did a lot of stupid things to get money and free trips and meet and greets and all that other stuff. But she didn't go out and kill somebody for all this. And here, Gypsy's out of prison after 8.5 years or whatever, and she's living her best life. DeeDee's dead. Nick's in prison. Poor guy, he's disabled. He's got autism. The mindset of a 15 or 16-year-old with an IQ of 82. He no. And it took Gypsy almost 3 years to convince Nick to go do that. To go to the house and stab DeeDee. He wanted to run away. He kept saying, "Can we run away? Can we run away?" Gypsy is one sick person, and she's going back to Ryan, back and forth, Ken and Ryan. She gets in a fight with Ken, and she goes running to Ryan, and Ryan, I don't know. The video of her going to his apartment for her pictures and stuff, you know, he just kind of threw him out the door. And Pixie, she didn't want nothing to do with her. She ran straight to Christy. I thought that was funny. She's like, "Come here, come here, come on, Pixie." And Pixie just said, "Screw you, I'm going past you and going to Christy." I thought that was funny. But anyway. But she's like, I got more stuff. What about my dresses? And trying to act all country or whatever. And it's like, girl, you don't talk like that. The only time I've heard you talk like that is when you were, you know, making your threats towards Ryan on the internet in the video. Blah, blah. I just can't with her. She's just a little bizarre for me, and I'm glad I don't know her personally because I couldn't handle that in my life. Nope. No, no, no. I wouldn't want to have somebody like that in my life. It's bad enough, you know, that she talks to Ryan like that, but yet Ryan is the only one that'll put up with her. Ken already said he's going to leave, Louisiana and take a flight back to Texas and take Aurora with him or file for, full parent custody and stuff. And Gypsy's like, "I don't want anybody messing with my family." But then, a lot of this stuff on the internet is just a lot of stuff. People talking, people making videos, and, you know, just, I don't know. I believe about maybe 1 or 2% of what's on the internet when it comes to stuff like this, like with Ryan and Ken and Gypsy, or P. Diddy. There's P. Diddy. They said that 50 Cent went in the courtroom and was sitting there as comfort for Cassie. Okay, well that's cool. And then they said Will Smith went in because he wanted to get his name cleared of a lot of stuff that had been said about him throughout the years. See, there's no cameras allowed, so how do we know that they actually went into the courtroom? I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if I can believe it. I mean, they've got drawings and stuff of 50 Cent. They got drawings of Will Smith, and I don't know that P Diddy. He ain't getting out of prison. I can tell you that right now. He ain't ever gonna get out unless they find something that you know puts him. Well, he's with the video of him kicking Cassie in his while he's wearing a towel. That'll tell you something right there. I would have taken the damn stairs. I would have taken the stairs at least 2 floors down. I mean, she didn't have a whole lot with her. I would have taken the stairs down a couple of floors and then got on the elevator to get out of there because he was right behind her, man. And I don't know what was said inside the hotel room. I don't know, you know, my ear still itches a little bit. It's not as bad as it was, but it itches right here, and that cyst is just about gone. There's just like a little teeny piece of it left in there, but my neck, it feels a lot better, but I can tell that there's still some stuff on it, but I'm feeling a lot better. Um, yeah, that's what I would have done. But Cassie's thinking she's gonna get her shoes on. She's gonna get the hell out of there. And he comes running around the corner in his towel, and he's kicking her, and that was enough right there. That was it. I was like, all right. I've heard about these freak off parties with Diddy. I've seen pictures like with Leonardo DiCaprio. And why are all these celebrities moving out of the country to get away from all this? Because if they can't find you, they can't, summon you to court, right? I don't know. It just boggles my mind. And we're at 20, 20, 21 and a half minutes. So yeah, I just I don't know. And Ellen, her and Portia moved to England, and Rosie O'Donnell moved to Ireland. And it's like a video came out where they're trying to kick Rosie O'Donnell out of Ireland because she's just a mess. She's a mess here too. So haven't heard too much about her in the last, I don't know, 5, 10 years. I don't know, but she was a mess back then. But because of Trump, they all moved out. It's like, you know what? I think more of it had to do with Diddy. See, I don't know if Rosie O'Donnell had anything to do with Diddy, but we know Ellen did. And what a mess. We'll see. This is supposed to go on for like 2 months or something like that. So we'll see what happens at the end when the judge gives his final say. But I don't think Diddy's ever going to get out of prison. I don't think so. I mean, he might get like 50 years with parole after 25. Well, he's already 50, and I think people in prison, I'm sure those celebrities will have friends get in prison and do something to him. But what I understand, he's in isolation lockup. He won't be getting, he won't be seeing too many people. But yeah. Well, y'all, we're at 23 minutes. I'm gonna let this end now. I'm gonna upload it. So I hope y'all have a great, wonderful day. Stay you, stay strong, and don't ever change for anybody. And I love y'all just the way you are. Bye bye.